Welcome to the continuation of the minor signs of the Day of Judgment. These signs and predictions will progressively get more noticeable as time continues. Perhaps the most chilling prediction is the increase in Hajj, killing and bloodshed. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said that a time would come when the killer will not know why he killed, and the one killed will not know why he was killed. In the early days of Islam, a Muslim drawing a sword against another was unthinkable. Yet, he predicted that once the sword was unsheathed within the Ummah, it would not be put back until the Day of Judgment. We see this today in the phenomenon of mass shootings and random acts of violence, senseless killings, where there is no motive, only chaos. The Prophet, peace be upon him, also predicted that zina, intercourse outside of marriage, would become the norm. To the people of the past, even in the days of ignorance, a lady of dignity would never dream of such a thing. Yet we live in a time where sexual liberation movements have completely overturned the remnants of modesty or haya. Within just 1 or 2 generations, society has shifted from a place where dating was chaperoned and marriage was the goal, to a culture of casual encounters and the total erosion of the family unit. The numbers are staggering. In many modern lands, over 75% of teenagers are engaged in these acts. This is an endemic crisis that has even reached the heart of our own communities. We cannot delude ourselves into thinking our children are immune. The Prophet predicted that this would be everywhere, and we are witnessing the fulfillment of that warning in every corner of the globe, fueled by a culture that prioritizes temporary pleasure over long-term morality. Hand in hand with the rise of zina is the spread of fahisha, nudity and public indecency. The Prophet, peace be upon him, predicted a time when people would show their bodies in public without any sense of shame. He even used a vivid metaphor, saying that a time will come when people will copulate in public like donkeys. We see the precursor to this in the radical changes in media and entertainment. Only decades ago, even Hollywood had codes of morality. Today, every boundary has been breached. The Prophet, peace be upon him, gave a specific description of women who are clothed yet naked. This refers to garments that are transparent, too tight, or do not fulfill the purpose of modesty. He warned that this would lead to a culture of constant flirtation and the total loss of haya. He said that haya, modesty, would be one of the last things to be taken away from mankind. Once it is gone, we are told to wait for the hour. Another sign is the proliferation of intoxicants and music. While these things existed in the past, they were never the global norm as they are today. The Prophet, peace be upon him, predicted that his ummah would eventually see these things as permissible, and they would be found in every household. From the normalization of drugs to the constant presence of music in every public and private space, the world has become a place where the senses are constantly stimulated and the soul is distracted from its creator. One of the more heartbreaking signs is the building of magnificent mosques that remain empty of worshippers. The Prophet, peace be upon him, predicted that people would boast about the beauty of their mosques, the gold leaf, the marble, the grand architecture, while the hearts of the people inside would be empty of guidance. We see multi-million-dollar structures built for prestige, yet when the call to prayer is made, the rows are barely filled. This is the exact opposite of the Prophet's mosque, which was made of palm leaves and mud, yet was filled with the most radiant souls in history. The Prophet, peace be upon him, also spoke of a cryptic sign. The slave girl shall give birth to her master. Scholars have interpreted this in various ways. One profound meaning is the total breakdown of the parent-child relationship, a time where children become bossy, domineering, and disrespectful to their parents, essentially treating those who raised them as their servants. This reversal of roles is a clear sign of a society that has lost its moral compass. The Prophet, peace be upon him, predicted an unprecedented increase in markets and shopping centers. In the past, a city had one bazaar. Today, the entire world is a marketplace. Our Sharia teaches us that the most beloved places to Allah are the mosques, and the most despised are the markets, because they are centers of materialism, cheating, and the hardening of the heart. The fact that our lives now revolve around shopping and the acquisition of the next level up is a fulfillment of this prophecy. In a truly amazing prediction found in Sahih Bukhari, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said that obesity will spread among my ummah. For most of human history, people were thin because they walked everywhere and food was scarce. To predict that a time would come when people would struggle with weight as a global trend, to the point where international bodies monitor it, is mind-boggling. It reflects a society that has become sedentary, gluttonous, and spoiled by excess. The Prophet, peace be upon him, also warned of an increase in natural calamities, particularly earthquakes. Statistically, the frequency of significant earthquakes has risen sharply in the last century. These are reminders from Allah of our own fragility and the temporary nature of the world we inhabit. Another profound prediction is that the Day of Judgment will not occur until our Rum, the Western Roman civilization, is the dominant civilization of the world. At the time of the Prophet, Europe was nothing. Yet today, the heirs of the Greco-Roman and Judeo-Christian traditions hold the global reins of technology, economy, and culture. No one could have predicted that this specific group would rise from the ashes of the old Roman Empire to become the singular global superpower. Finally, the Prophet, peace be upon him, predicted that writing and literacy would become prevalent. Yet at the same time, ignorance would prevail. We live in the information age. All the world's knowledge is in our pockets. Yet, despite being able to read and write more than any generation in history, we have never been more ignorant of right and wrong, of common sense, and of our purpose in life. Information has increased, but wisdom has taken a nosedive. These minor signs act as a bridge. The final of the minor signs is the coming of a man named Muhammad ibn Abdullah, the Mahdi. He will be the rightly guided leader, linking the era of minor signs to the beginning of the 10 major signs. His appearance will coincide with the greatest trial of all, the Dajjal. As we witness these minor signs unfolding around us, we must realize the clock is ticking and the time to turn back to Allah is now. Join us in the next episode, where we begin with one of the most evil persons known to man, the Dajjal. Please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing, so Allah may reward us all. Until next time, I leave you in the safety of Allah.